Its story actually starts with the Prince Motor Company way back in 1957 with the original Skyline. These early Skylines were, believe it or not, practical family cars, but they already had a unique design and engineering flair that set them apart from other vehicles on the Japanese market. Things got interesting in 1964 with the Prince Skyline GT with a 2-liter inline-6 engine. This was a game-changer, hinting at the performance beast it would become. Prince even raced the S54 Skyline against Porsches at the 1964 Japan Grand Prix, showing their ambition. Nissan was clearly impressed because they ended up buying Prince in 1966, and this acquisition laid the groundwork for what was to come. Then, on 1969, the first true Skyline GT-R burst onto the scene. This wasn't just a souped-up sedan, it was a high-performance sports car built to dominate both the road and the racetrack. Under the hood was the legendary S20 inline-6 engine, a 2-liter beast. It packed 160 horsepower and 130 pound-feet of torque. For a car weighing just 2,400 pounds, that was serious power for its time. Oh, and it had a 5-speed manual gearbox and a limited slip differential. Pretty advanced stuff for the late 60s, right? It was a force of nature in Japanese touring car racing. These cars racked up an incredible 49 victories out of their first 50 races, totaling 52 wins in just 3 years. 50 wins. That's just wild. It absolutely crushed rivals like the Toyota, Isuzu GT-R, and even Porsches. This dominance cemented its reputation and did wonders for Nissan's domestic image. It showed that Nissan was building a complete performance system, not just a car with a big engine. Its successor, the second generation, debuted in 1973. It kept the same S20 inline-6 engine and a 5-speed manual, but added front and rear disc brakes, a significant upgrade. It was also slightly heavier, about 100 pounds more than its predecessor. Nissan was optimistic, but its production run was incredibly short. Only about 197 units were built. Why so few? Well, a little thing called the 70s oil crisis hit, drying up demand for high-performance sports cars. Nissan also then decided to pull out of motorsport. This earned it the sad nickname, the Phantom GT-R. Just as it was getting started, it was gone. This Phantom GT-R wasn't a failure of engineering or market reception due to its inherent qualities. It was a victim of external economic forces and a shift in Nissan's racing priorities. This particular situation highlights how even well-engineered performance models can be vulnerable to broader economic and other regulations, a theme that would, interestingly, recur with the R34's eventual discontinuation. After this, the GT-R name went silent for a long, agonizing time. 16 years, to be exact. It was a dark period for performance car enthusiasts, but little did we know, Nissan was just biding its time, cooking up something truly special.
I love you, Skyline.
So after a long, agonizing 16-year break, the GT-R name was finally resurrected in 1989 with the Skyline GT-R. Can you imagine the excitement? Nissan was back, and they meant business. This wasn't just a car, it was a statement, a clear intent to reclaim its racing glory. The R32 was designed from the ground up as a secret weapon for Group A touring car racing. Nissan wanted to dominate, and boy, did they. This car was an absolute monster on the track. It won the Japanese Touring Car Championship for 4 years straight, taking all 29 races it entered. 29 wins in a row. That's just unheard of. It also tore up the Australian Touring Car Championship. Its sheer dominance and advanced technology led the Australian motoring publication to famously nickname it Godzilla in 1989. And that name, my friends, stuck. It perfectly captures its monstrous performance and its ability to crush the competition. At its core was the legendary RB26DE engine. This was a 2.6-liter straight-six, 24-valve, twin-turbocharged powerhouse. Nissan claimed 280 horsepower, but let's be real, that was just to meet Japan's voluntary gentleman's agreement on power limits. Everyone knew it was way more powerful, and its true potential was easily unlocked. It was so robust it could be reliably tuned to 500 horsepower with just bigger turbos and better cooling. It quickly became the benchmark engine of Japan's 90s turbo era, known for its exceptional mid-range and strong top-end delivery. This short-stroke design even allowed it to rev past 8,000 RPM in standard trim. A true tuner's dream, right? This fostered a massive aftermarket tuning scene and contributed significantly to the GT-R's cult status and mystique, transforming it from a mere production car into a platform for extreme performance. But the engine wasn't the only secret sauce. It also brought some mind-blowing technology to the table. First up was the advanced all-wheel drive system. This wasn't your grandpa's clunky four-wheel drive. It was a computer-controlled system that primarily ran as a rear-wheel drive car, only sending power to the front wheels when a slip was detected. This gave it the best of both worlds, the neutrality of rear-wheel drive with the traction of an all-wheel drive, making it incredibly stable and allowing for controlled power slides. It monitored everything 100 times per second, wheel speed, throttle, boost, G-sensors, to perfectly manage torque. Then there was the Super Hyca's four-wheel steering system. It was pure magic, making the car feel incredibly agile and precise. Its performance figures were impressive. 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds and a top speed of 155 miles per hour. The R32, while not cheap, offered superior real-world performance and driving pleasure compared to contemporary Porsches and Ferraris, often at half the price of a 911 Turbo. It quickly became known as a poor man's supercar, selling a whopping 43,934 units in its 5-year production run. What a comeback!
GT-R があることを誇りたい。
So after R32's explosive debut, Nissan followed up with the R33 in 1995. Now, the R33 sometimes gets a bit of a bad rep, often called the middle child, or even a boat by some. But honestly, it was a refined evolution, a truly capable machine that was built upon the 32's foundation. Yes, it grew a bit. It was about 100 kilograms heavier with a longer wheelbase. This made it feel a bit less nimble to some. But don't let that fool you. Nissan improved body stiffness, weight distribution, and it featured a stiffer chassis, higher build quality, and more cabin space. So it was actually a more comfortable and a refined GT-R, perfect for longer drives, you know? The engine was largely carried over, but revised for more torque. While still officially 280 horsepower, torque was increased to 271 pound-feet. The all-wheel drive system was upgraded with an active rear limited slip differential, further optimizing traction and stability. Performance-wise, it was no slouch either. 0 to 60 in 5 seconds and a top speed of 155 miles per hour. It even set a Nürburgring lap record for production cars at 8 minutes and 1 second. That's seriously fast, proving it was a more accomplished performer than the R32 on track. Mechanically, it was a more refined and a capable car than the R32. The 33, being mechanically superior but less iconic visually or culturally, represents a potential hidden gem for enthusiasts who prioritize substance over pop culture hype. And then there's the unicorn of this generation, the Nismo 400R. This was a limited edition, prepared by Nismo, Nissan's racing department. They only built a tiny 44 units. Talk about exclusive. The name 400R hints at its power, a massive 400 horsepower. How'd they do it? They enlarged the engine, upped the boost, and upgraded pretty much everything. Pistons, conrods, crankshaft, and clutch. It also got wider tracks, wider tires, lower ride height, and bigger brakes. This thing was a true street-legal race car. Its performance? 0 to 60 in a blistering 4 seconds and a top speed of 186 miles per hour. Absolutely insane. It showed that Nissan wasn't afraid to go all out for special projects, building on the GT-R's reputation for extreme performance. The R33 also played a big role in spreading the GT-R's fame beyond Japan. With exports to the UK and increased media exposure, more Western car enthusiasts started recognizing its incredible performance. It was no longer just a JDM secret. The world was starting to take notice. Its production ended in 1998, with 16,422 units built. This car, for many of us, is the ultimate GT-R, the one that cemented its legendary status globally. It just looks right, you know? That aggressive stance, those sharp lines, pure automotive art. Nissan, listening to the fans, made the R34 more compact than the 33, shortening its length and the wheelbase. This brought back some of that agility, which was a smart move. They also put the R34 on a diet, using an aluminum bonnet, carbon fiber underbody panels, and forged alloy wheels. This helped offset the weight gain from a stronger body shell and larger Brembo brakes. Under the hood, it still had the mighty RB26 engine. While officially still rated at 280 horsepower because of that gentleman's agreement, the actual output was somewhat closer to 330. Torque got a significant bump, too, from 271 pound-feet in the R33 to 293 pound-feet. The engine also received larger intercoolers and ball-bearing turbines for even better response. But here's a big one. The gearbox was upgraded from a 5-speed to a slick 6-speed manual unit. This made a huge difference in how the car felt and performed. Its performance figures were truly impressive. 0 to 60 in just 4.6 seconds and 0 to 100 in 10.8 seconds. Automotive publications at the time were raving about it, with Wheels magazine calling it the best handling car we have ever driven. It refined the all-wheel drive system further. The Super Hikus 4-wheel steering system was also improved. Its aerodynamic enhancements, including a prominent front splitter, side skirts, and a large rear wing, were meticulously sculpted to reduce drag and increase downforce, ensuring stability at high speeds. Its cultural impact is, frankly, off the charts. Its appearances in movies like The Fast and the Furious introduced it to a global audience, solidifying its iconic status. It's been a star in countless video games too, from Initial D to Need for Speed and Gran Turismo, allowing millions to virtually experience its performance. This widespread media presence has been crucial in establishing its legendary status, leaving a lasting impression on both automotive enthusiasts and pop culture. Its racing pedigree also played a crucial role, with consistent success in series like Japan's Super GT, highlighting Nissan's engineering prowess and the car's reliability. Despite its incredible appeal, it faced market challenges. Porsche progressed quicker with the 911, and rally specials from Mitsubishi and Subaru offered similar speed at a much lower price. Production ended in 2002 because Nissan faced financial difficulties, making it too costly to update the engine to comply with new emission regulations. Its discontinuation wasn't due to a lack of engineering brilliance or market desire, but rather external regulatory pressures and financial constraints. The GT-R name again went silent and was revived 5 years later, but without the Skyline label. After about a 5-year gap, in 2007, the R35 was unleashed, dropping the Skyline name entirely. This was a completely reinvented car, designed to be a world-beating sports car. It's powered by a new 3.8-liter VR38D twin turbocharged V6 engine. This engine was a huge leap forward, described as light years ahead for power, torque, and response compared to the previous one. Its power has steadily increased over the years, starting at 473 horsepower in 2007, climbing to 562 by the 2020s. The Nismo and Track Edition models push it even further to 592 horsepower. Torque figures are equally impressive, starting at 430 pound-feet and going up to 448 pound-feet. Performance-wise, the R35 is an absolute monster. The 2008 Black Edition, for example, produces 473 horsepower and 434 pound-feet of torque. On a test track, it clocked a lap time of 46.2 seconds, which was 3.6 seconds quicker than the R34, 5 seconds quicker than the R33, and over 6 seconds faster than the R32. It sends power to all 4 wheels through a 6-speed dual-clutch gearbox. It is offered worldwide, unlike its predecessors which were sold in limited markets. It has received various facelifts and updates to stay competitive, and several special editions have been made, including the highly desirable Nismo package with 20-inch raised forged alloy wheels and Bilstein Damptronic suspension. It's well received by enthusiasts and automotive publications, with Top Gear naming it one of the most incredible cars of any kind ever built, due to its exceptional performance at an affordable price. It has won numerous accolades, including World Performance Car of the Year. However, even Godzilla has its quirks. Common issues reported by owners include transmission problems, particularly with the GR6 dual-clutch unit. Pressure sensor failures can cause the car to go into limp mode. Frequent use of launch control and aggressive driving can also accelerate wear and tear on transmission components. But despite all that, the R35 continues the legacy, a global supercar that, despite its age, remains a formidable competitor through continuous evolution and special editions. Its story is one of overcoming challenges, adapting to new eras, making it a true automotive legend.